Good morning. We are waiting at the bus until the departure. And how do you feel, Dylan?
Well, I feel really good and I can't wait to go on this wonderful adventure. The weather's nice and people are already very excited, so on y va. And we just arrived now in Krakow, which is the first part of our study trip. The study trip is an integral part of our academic curricular, and we have the possibility to gain an in-depth knowledge on the region. And in this instance, it's going to be on the famous or infamous region of Galicia, which was under the Habsburg Empire. And the weather is nice, and I can't wait to discover more.
Guys, we are on our way to the Wawel Castle, one of the most iconic structures of the Krakow and one of the most beautiful as well. Actually, Wawel has combined a lot of architectural styles during its history. It's like all of the major architectural styles of its time.
So far, we have been spending a wonderful time in Krakow, and the city is so beautiful. Very, very. You wouldn't say if you think about Eastern Central Europe, you don't imagine this kind of architecture. So it's a cultural shock in comparison with Warsaw, which is very modern, of course, based on its history. But the city of Krakow so far is really beautiful, and I'm actually very surprised. Currently at the exhibition on Ukraine and its ties and similarities with the Polish population. And what I find quite mesmerizing is their traditional artwork and the way the Ukraine is depicted. While we were doing a little presentation on the exhibition, the curator told us that the idea of the whole exhibition was to start from what they call personification of the country. So we're basically to see Ukraine depicted as a woman who, of course, was being suffocated by the neighbors, and it was very interesting. The exhibition will be going on also in Kiev, and of course, this somehow relates to Galicia. If you wanted to think about the ties shared between the Polish and the Ukrainians in the region of Galicia. So it's very, very interesting. And as you can see around the different artwork of contemporary artists mixed with artists of the time. And it's very, very interesting. And today is the second day of a study trip and we're still in Krakow. and right now we're heading towards the Intercultural Center, where we're going to be meeting with the ambassador. Do you want to say something about the ambassador?
Yeah, we are going back to International Cultural Center to meet with the ambassador Emil Briggs. And I think it's going to be excited.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, this is also one of the most important highlights of our study trip, because we have the possibility to meet with high-level figures, just such as the ambassador, and we'll be doing this during the following days. And of course, not only us, but a lot of people from our group are really excited, because this is a possibility to meet a diplomat, and some of us will be pursuing the career of diplomat once we're done with the College of Europe. And we're really grateful to be part of this year's promotion, the Ellen Vogel Polski promotion in the College of Europe in Natolin. And let's see how it goes today.
Also, we are having, for the evening, we are having the meeting with Consul General of Austria as well. So it's going to be a great day. Good morning and a great day.
Yeah, like today's program is very rich from this point of view, because yesterday we saw Krakow from the lens of the Ukrainian people, based on the Ukrainian exhibition, and today we're going to be seeing Krakow from the Austrian point of view, which makes it very, very interesting. And it's all has to do with Galicia, so a land that was once inhabited by different nationalities, the Hebrews, the Austrians, we also had Germans, Ukrainians, and the Polish elite. So it's very, very interesting, and we will update you all during the day.
We just finished the presentation of the Ambassador Emil Briggs. So tell me about, what do you think about the presentation and the panel discussion?
I really loved it, because it was one of our first lectures kind of things, and it was actually perfect to get a full overview of what Galicia is, what it meant and what it means now, and then of course more specifically the Austrian point of view, the Austrian perspective on it. So I really loved it, and I'm looking forward to the rest of it.
Well, I want to add that we also developed interesting ideas about the pluralism and national identity for me. So it was pretty interesting and inspiring in a way.
We had the conversation with the ambassador previously, where he was underlining how after First World War, so after 1918, neither the Polish or the communist governments, when they took control of Poland, decided to maintain the term Galicia. And the only organization, although it was for a very brief period, who actually wanted to use the term Galicia, or use the term Galicia after World War I, was the German Nazis. Because of course, for what Volodymyr said, the Germans felt that Galicia looked like the German city, so they wanted to preserve it. And this is very fortunate, because today we can enjoy this beautiful city, which is absolutely astonishing. Like, I am very, very surprised. I wasn't expecting the city to be like this. It just turns out that the city was really lucky because it was safe and so well preserved. So this is very wonderful about the architecture, and hopefully we will be able to tell you more about the Jewish, can I call it the Jewish neighborhood? How can I call it?
Yeah, we can call it the Jewish district of Krakow.
Yeah.
Kazimierz, once the Kazimierz, it was separate city from the Krakow, and then it's combined. Now it comprises actually the Krakow historical city is one of the UNESCO World Heritage
Really?
list
So you listed
parts.
World Heritage? I didn't know that.
Yes, and
Yeah.
it comprises of three parts. So the old town of Krakow, with the many things that we already seen, the Wawel Castle, which we visited yesterday as well, and
Yeah.
the Kazimierz district.
Yeah, that's it's very, very, very interesting, and we can already we can see how vital the city is, because walking around the city, you can see so many different cultural representations already, and the fact that it's completely, I wouldn't say completely intact, but I would say it's well preserved, is also very, very good, not only for the Polish people, but for Galicians, let's just use the word Galicians in this time, although we know that it's a lost gone term, but looking forward to discover new parts of the city, and also thanks to Volodymyr, who knows the city very well. It's very easy to get and to spot food fast. Can't talk about Galicia without mentioning its ties with the Jewish community and its Jewish history. This is very important because people do not realize the amount of Jewish people who live in Galicia and how important they were for the region. Just to put it in context, before the war, for the Second World War, 1 out of every 10 Polish person was Jewish, and in Galicia alone you had up to 400 communities, partly on the Polish part of the border, if we were to visualize it today with modern Ukraine. And now it's this community to just have like 2 of them remaining, and this is particularly very, very, very sad. And also, in today's modern Ukraine, you have 5 other communities, when referring to, of course, the Galician part. And this exhibition is trying to revive this dark part of history that has been forgotten. So they've just learned about the term of Holocaust by bullets, which is way different from the idea of the concentration camps. We're used to the concentration camp Auschwitz and Birkenau, but we never talk about people who were executed village by village and community by community. And so this is very useful. And our guide was talking about also the revival of the Jewish community in Poland, where more and more people are discovering their Polish Jewish roots, and they take to the religion. This is particularly positive if one is to think about the perspective of once again reviving the Jewish community in Poland.
We are here after the meeting with the Consul General of Austria, and we are here with Arnaud, the head of Diplomacy Society in Natolin. So how do you feel about this experience?
Honestly, Volodymyr, the meeting was great. He gave us a lot of advice on the diplomacy field, how to become a diplomat, and practical stuff like professional choice or family choices in diplomacy. So I think it gave me much more envy to create a lot of events for this year.